In this video, we will learn about Nuclias access point with RADIUS authentication. But first, let us see some scenarios. In school, there are different types of networking equipment and users. Are you curious how each student and faculty get their own individual set of credentials to access the class material, turn in assignment, and more? Then this video is for you. In corporate, the password would change when an employee quit, or if IT become wary that the password may have been intercepted. Either way, it would interrupt employee workflow for a bit until they found the new password and update their Wi-Fi network settings. This is a loss for business. To prevent such scenario, IT can use RADIUS. In Internet Service Provider, it is important that only authorized customers use their service. For this, ISP must maintain large numbers of customers' credentials, which can be easily achieved by RADIUS. And what about the customer's billing? How is it maintained? Well, billing is just another feature of RADIUS. These three scenarios are among many where RADIUS can make your deployment economical, reliable, and scalable. In this video, we will see the authentication feature of RADIUS by deploying it to Nuclias portal. I have set up a lab with a RADIUS server and an AP connected to internet. The RADIUS server used here is free RADIUS, which is distributed under the GNU General Public License version 2 and is free for download and use. The RADIUS must have clients and users details. A user is one who seeks authentication to use resources by passing its information to network access server along with access request query. The access request query is forwarded by NAS to RADIUS for verification. The NAS devices can be switches, routers, or wireless access points, which acts as a gateway between users and RADIUS. NAS is client to RADIUS. Once the RADIUS receives the access request, it either grants or rejects the access, depending on whether the user is verified or not. In this lab, I will demonstrate authentication of two users from two different devices, Windows-based laptop and Android-based tablet. For convenience, I will make all the configuration using this laptop, so I have wired connection to it. Open a web browser, go to RADIUS server login page and log in with proper credential. This is the Dalo RADIUS page, which is an advanced RADIUS web platform aimed for managing hotspots and general purpose ISP deployments. Skipping all the RADIUS configuration details, we can list and add users and NAS. These are the users who will be authorized and others will be rejected. You can see the list of NAS. Out of these, we will use one with IP address 172.17.3.16, which is the static logical address of our wireless AP. Let us configure DBA Nuclias access point with RADIUS clients details. Go to Configure, Access Point, RADIUS Servers. Click on Add a RADIUS server. You can see that all the fields are mandatory. RADIUS server name can be anything of 1 to 64 characters. For convenience, we write short name of this AP as mentioned in RADIUS NAS, that is DBA RADIUS. Static IP address of wireless AP. Use default port 1812 and a secret. You can choose SS label to be one among organization, site tag or site depending on profile SS privilege. I select organization for higher privilege. Now associate this DBA RADIUS to SS ID of AP. For this, first we need to know the profile to which the AP is associated. Go to Monitor, Access Point, Devices. AP1 is our desired device and is associated to profile Academy DBA 1210. So to configure it with RADIUS authentication, go to Configure, Access Point, Profiles. Click on SSID of desired profile. Choose one of the available SSIDs for authentication and click on it. I click Learning. Under Basic Configuration, these are the set of settings. Change security to be one of the WPA options. I choose WPA/WPA2 and authentication method to be RADIUS. You can see that the RADIUS server we added recently is automatically filled with primary RADIUS server. You can even add one if not added earlier or add another one if needed. You can even have secondary RADIUS server for failover. Adjust other settings as you desire. I leave them to default and save the configuration. To bring it into effect, push the configuration. Now it's time to verify our configurations and test user authentication via RADIUS. In laptop, search SSID named Learning and connect with one of the user credentials. For example, username to be test user and password to be test pass. Either connected or rejected, a log will be seen at Radius server log. You can even verify the connection at Nuclias portal. Go to Monitor, Access Point, Clients. The device is connected to AP1 on SSID Learning with authentication type Radius. Similarly, connect SSID named Learning to Android tablet with another username and password. In any device type, you need to provide certification depending on your configuration. For example, in this device, let EAP method to be PEAP, phase 2 authentication to be MSCHAP version 2, and CA certificate to be unspecified. Now enter identity to be username, anonymous identity to be blank, and password to be user password. Similarly, you can verify the authentication from Radius server log and in Nuclias portal AP client list. This is how we perform user authentication using Radius in Nuclias portal. For more educational videos, please visit D-Link Academy.